Señor Nieto. How are you today?
All right, everyone. I'm with my good friend, Thomas Scriven.
Hello.
Thomas has a wonderful company called Analogr. They have probably in California, in Los Angeles, maybe the world, one of the greatest collections of memorabilia from guitars, mics, pictures, drum sets. We're talking Beatles, Grateful Dead, and just to fast forward and leapfrog all that, today we're really going to be talking about their microphone collection, which is outstanding. Not only is it like the vintage mics that you would love to have, but the ones that, like, I'll let Thomas tell you the rest. Off the top of your head, what are you excited to have in your Analogr catalog?
Oh, okay. So I am a big fan of anything Pink Floyd. I would say that if we were going to start this off, we would start it off with our Britannia Row microphone collection.
All right, here we are at the mic table at Analogr. Thomas, let me know what you got here.
Okay, perfect. So this is a C28. This is property of Britannia Row. So this was used a lot in the studio, and it's pretty well documented as being the drum overheads for Pink Floyd's recordings. I got these from a gentleman named Jamie Lane, who is the director for Brit Row. And when they sold gear, I believe it was in maybe the early 2000s, they had sold off Brit Row, the studio, because it became apartments. The microphones that didn't sell during that time that Jamie had held on to are the ones that I ended up purchasing.
Awesome.
So I have this C28, one of your favorite microphones, which is the D224E.
Love it.
Same thing, property of Britannia Row. Yeah. The kick drum, which is super exciting, the D112.
Oh my God.
Property of Britannia Row. This microphone, which is a D202, which you see Pink Floyd recording a lot with these and doing live performances, vocal mics. This is interesting too because this mesh here, this is like, it's almost like a styrofoam piece of metal.
Yeah.
And when Eric Console was making his Undertone audio console, and he wanted to try to figure out how to get the reflection, the sound bounce off of the face of the console, this is what they turned to this microphone and said, let's use this. Let's find out about this material. I think this is like some NASA developed metal.
Okay.
And so, yeah, this is a very, well documented, microphone from Pink Floyd. And then a couple of things that aren't here right now that we have from that collection is we have an AKG 414, and then we have a pair of Neumann U87s. Then those are sequential serial numbers too, and same thing, Britannia Row stamp.
Yeah.
So I'm a big, massive Pink Floyd fan. You can probably see over there, we've got a little shrine. Those are the Britannia Row gobos, and then that is David Gilmour's personally owned EMS AKS Synthie A.
Yep.
And that was purchased to coincide with the recording of Dark Side of the Moon, and then through the tour that followed after. And that is the Benson Echo Rec from Live at Pompeii, which came from Peter Watts, who is, was the road manager for Floyd. So then we have these three Sennheisers. These are the MD409s. Wow. And also a really beloved microphone for guitar recording and also vocals. So these are all Live at Pompeii mics. Live in Pompeii.
So if you watch that video and you see Gilmour singing and everyone just singing into these mics.
Yeah, so these came from Peter Watts, who was the tour manager. He did Live in Pompeii. Naomi Watts' father, if you can believe that. So he passed on very, very early in his life. I forget which album cover it is, but when you open up the album cover and there's like a very well laid out touring rig of Pink Floyd where I believe there's some sort of vehicle and then there's like symmetrical layout on this road of all of their gear. He's the guy that's pictured there. Very significant history with Pink Floyd.
What about these 421s you got here?
Okay, so these 421s, this is cool. So we have another studio collection, which is Crystal Sound. That's the home of, Stevie Wonder's Songs of the Key of Life, It was Motown West for a while. And there's over 100 gold and platinum records that came out of that studio, which is a little bit south of Santa Monica here in Los Angeles. It became Barefoot Studios.
Okay.
Eric Valentine bought it, I think, in like the mid to late 90s, and then did a bunch of great records there. But we've got the mic locker, not completely complete, but we have a lot of the stuff that didn't pass on to the new owner. So here's a pair of C37As, which are, maybe some of my favorite mics.
Now those are tube mics, correct?
Yes. 98% of the microphone is in the power supply. And then Daniel Lanois. For some part of Frank Sinatra's career, these were his main vocal microphones. Same boy. This one says 20th Century Fox Film Corp. This was from Crystal. This is number 2. We also have number 1. So there's a pair of these.
Okay.
And same exact thing here with the 77 Crystal Industries 0034.
Nice.
And so there's 2 of these as well. So this is something that is really, really very special. This is the U47, the Telefunken U47 that Stevie Wonder used on Songs in the Key of Life. And it's really well documented as his harmonica microphone.
Wow.
So we also have, the pair of LA2As, which are sequential, some reverbs, and we have 35 complete preamps and EQs from the very famous Studio A console. Here's a pair of 47 FETs from Crystal. Number 1, number 2. One thing that I think is really super cool about this U47 is that the power supply is 0001 from Crystal Industries. And then the microphone is 0002. Here is a KE3, which is from Michael Beinhorn. Michael Beinhorn, amazing producer, produced some of my favorite records, Soundgarden, Super Unknown. We have his microphone collection. And so this is one of his favorite mics, as well as his 251, which came from Power Station in New York. This microphone recorded Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA, some Bowie records, just an amazing piece of history here. Some of my favorite from Michael's collection, the RCA BK5A. This, along with an SM57, this is his bass and guitar directly into 1058s, which are over there, those black modules. This is the guitar tone for Super Unknown. So just this microphone, a 57, into those modules, that's it, done.
Wow.
And growing up, that was one of the most influential records, from a guitar player's perspective that I had heard. And here's the other one. And then, here's what that microphone looks like when it has the windscreen on.
The windscreen on it, yeah.
So another BK5A. So these are the 5As. The 5Bs look exactly the same, but they're not the same.
Yeah. One thing I will say for my friends and people that are checking in, some of these mics you may think that are very elite and they're hard to find and they're very expensive, but you can still go out there and find the AKG T24Es. You still can find the Salt Shaker 633As. Some of the ribbons you can find in different conditions. The Sonys are still available. Matter of fact, I always rave about a Mojave M837, which is a copy of the C37. The Sennheiser 409s are still available at Guitar Center, but they're 609s and they're 906s, but symbolically of the same family. So it's not, and even the D112 from Pink Floyd is something you can go right now and still buy that same model. So
these are very inexpensive.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
these are
$100.
kind of, these are just working. These are like an SM57 for a kick drum.
Absolutely.
I think they're, you're looking at maybe $120 for something like this, and exactly like this. This
Pink
exact
Floyd's
one.
kick drum,
Yeah, it's amazing. This is cool. This is Decca Record Company Studio 3, another 224E that we, Manny and I. are big fans of. Here's sort of the microphone that kicked it all off for us.
Oh my God, it's a beautiful
I've got
one.
at least.
I've never seen a blue one like that.
I have a feeling it's probably because it has been
Refinned?
reworked, but maybe not. It comes with the original box and paperwork. I literally have, I don't know, 15 of these just because I love them. And as a guitar player, I have so many amps. And, you know, you're always like, I want to put one on everything.
Yep. I mean, I love it. I always describe it. It kind of takes the fog out of a 57 and you get the essence of the speaker and the whole shebang.
Also part of Michael Beinhorn's collection are these really cool CMV 51s, which are just the cutest little mics that you've ever seen. And so there's a pair of them. I've never seen another pair. This is sort of how they come. Just very, 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 very cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what Michael loved them on. So there's CM51Us. The body is a CMV 51.9.
Yeah.
These are very low serial numbers. So I'm assuming that since I haven't seen very many, these are both under 200 serial numbers.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I've never seen another one, let alone a pair. These are classic A and B Neumann M250s, which he used on everything.
Oh my God.
Just lovely, amazing microphones. Number 40 and number 54. And from what I understand, I'd have to dig a little bit more into it, but I believe Michael used these as proximity mics in the room to really get the depth and dimension of the drums. This is something that's very, very special. These are the Lomo 19A9s that Steve Albini sold, and they're very well documented. These are the microphones that were used on the drum overheads for Nirvana's In Utero, as well as Kurt Cobain's vocal mic. Kurt Cobain was using, I believe, a 421, this, and maybe an Electro Voice.
RE20.
There you go. And so I have the picture of these being used. There's a picture of, from the vocal perspective, of looking at the lyrics to Rape Me, and then the 3 microphones that were used and blended for Kurt's voice. And I don't remember exactly which one it is, but distinctive when you look at the picture, which one of these that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are, you know, amazing microphones. All of the microphones that you would expect to see in a professional recording studio, we have great examples of all of them. We really focus on historic mics that have very great records of the impact that they've made within the audio community and also, you know, on the commercial side of music. And so a lot of the things that we're dealing with are, if it's a really amazing microphone with no history, it typically has some sort of 100% original quality or sequential serial numbers, things like that, museum quality microphones.
All right, well, before I go, I'm going to turn off this camera because I'm going to try to walk out with the mic here. I don't know which one I'm going to try to steal from Thomas, but hopefully it'll be something cool and I'll share with you guys later.
Here, just take this one.
No, oh yeah, that's the one.
I know you want it.
I do, that's the one I want. So I'm actually going to get a BK5 from Thomas. We'll work out the price later.
Yeah.
I may have to go to the Analogr site and put down a credit card for that.
I would take the windscreen off, though.
I would. I like it without it.
You want to get this thing as close as you possibly can to the...
But I'm serious, Thomas. I'm walking out with that one.
Take it.
All right. There it is. It's going in my pocket. There it is. If you can stop by and catch Thomas on a good day, treat us some breakfast, maybe you'll be lucky. Thomas, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Manny.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm Cole and I own a business called Colpix Vintage where I do repairs on ribbon and dynamic microphones. Manny asked me to come on and give just a quick pitch of my services. So if you need any help with any ribbons or dynamics, I work on a lot of AKG D12s, anything like that, any microphone that you need re-ribboned, I can help you out. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video of Manny's mic locker. I'm certainly pumped to check out all the videos. And yeah, again, if you need any help with any microphone repairs, I'm here to help. You can go to my website, colpixvintage.com.